My passion for farming, I would say that I was probably born with it. My earliest memories was every day I spent outside working with my dad, taking care of livestock, riding in tractors, combines, the whole everything you can imagine. And honestly, I think that allowed my passion to live and thrive, and that's where I am today. If I had a motto for my operation or my life in general, it would be, my kids hear me say this many times, not to be afraid to live and die by your own convictions. I learned from a very young age that it's okay to stand on your own 2 feet and to be different from your neighbors. My mornings usually begin usually around 5 o'clock every morning. I joked that is my me time. That is the time that I use to catch up on news, market reports. I organize feed orders and get things organized for the day. Usually at 8 o'clock, that's when I start making phone calls and the phone calls start coming in. So I use that time to prepare myself. One of the biggest challenges I've ever had to face with my business and farming operation is one that was unforeseen. From day one, our farming operation here with the family operation was slated for my brother and I to farm together with my dad. 4 years ago, he passed away unexpectedly. For years, I always thought one of my biggest challenges, you worry about the financial stuff and things of that nature, but really your biggest challenges are intangible. You can't see them coming. One of my biggest accomplishments is being able to start the feed business that we operate here off the farm. It has also helped to enhance the farm operation itself as well. I started the business basically to serve a need for my neighbors and community. A couple years ago, we were recognized as one of the largest independent farm dealers in the nation. And surprisingly, the feed operation also goes hand in hand with the farm operation, just because one of the reasons why our feed operation has flourished is because of our network of people that we work with across the country. The most humbling part about it all is that it's all done by word of mouth. And so we've done social media and things like that, but our business has grown because one person has said, hey, you need to call Ryan. When I think about my lasting legacy, that answer is actually twofold. Obviously, I want my farm operation to be in a position to be handed down to future generations. But I truly feel like everything that I do on a daily basis is built on top of something else that someone else has done. In the early 40s, my grandpa and his brother had bought neighboring farms, and in the middle of this farm was a red silo. It's been standing there before my grandpa bought the farm, and it's still there, and it'll stand there until Mother Nature doesn't allow it to be there anymore. But that silo was important to my grandpa and his brother because when they saw that, they knew that it was home. One of the most innovative things that we have implemented here on the farm would just be the use of guidance and data management systems. It is great to be able to maximize your time and efficiency with every pass through the field, and then also to be able to track at the end of the season on what every acre produced. My main goal is just to ensure that it is in a position for not only my kids but for my grandkids. With all the advancements in today's agriculture, I feel in today's world we were very lucky to have a lot of information readily available at our fingertips. But I do like to keep up with those types of issues the old school way of just talking with other producers, and I'm lucky in this area we have many technicians that are readily available to a phone call or just a simple conversation at any location, and that's how we keep up. 10 to 15 years ago, especially like even as far back as when I started farming, all we worried about was producing bushels and producing pounds of beef. And then one day we woke up and we found ourselves in a global market. Now we have to consider what the end user wants. I think you have to be open-minded, and you have to be aware of the products that you're producing, where they're going to end up. If I had unlimited resources, I would like to give access to every student in the country, access to a school farm. I think it's very important for people to know where their food comes from. I am very passionate about being an advocate for agriculture. With our feed business, we specialize in show feed. Many feed dealers that you find do not want to even touch those products just because it's a very niche market. But the reason why we focus on that is because with exhibiting livestock, that keeps the youth across the country, whether 4-H and FFA students, it keeps them engaged in agriculture. One of the things that I feel like makes my operation successful is I've always been open-minded of trying new things. From a very young age, my dad always instilled the idea of that to farm every acre like it's our last. And so we do not cut corners with anything, and we treat every acre like it is the only acre that we farm. To a farmer, community is everything. I don't know any farmer that isn't proud of their hometown. To me, my hometown means everything. I find it very important to be involved in everything that I can. One of the things that means a lot to me now is I donate a lot of my time to a local revitalization, and we are trying to rebuild our historic downtown area of Sweet Springs. I feel like I have always strived to help others, not just lending a hand, but also just being there for them. I've told everyone that I've always been an open book, and so it means I have always strived to share my experiences with everyone. The advice that I would give the next generation of farmers that are coming up is, I think you're going to have to be very open-minded. None of us can really say what we're going to see 10 years from now. And I think the face of agriculture is going to change a lot. And one thing I do know for sure is that agriculture we will survive. The Manitou Telehandler would be a huge asset to what we do on a daily basis. I lose track of how many pallets and tons of feed we would move. Not only just being able to get the job done, it would be great. It would get the job done safely as well. Not only would it be useful for the feed operation, but on a day-to-day operations such as feeding cattle and simply moving and storing hay would be a huge asset. It would be such an honor to be awarded the Operation of the Year for 2023, just for the simple reason it would solidify the fact that people are watching what we are doing and care about what we're doing out here on the farm. It is such an honor to work every day to ensure that the legacy of ag production lives on. I'm Ryan Sims from Sweet Springs, Missouri, and I'm a finalist for Operation of the Year 2023 for the Midwest region.